The House of Leaves, the Museum of Surveillance and Memory in Tirana. A symbolic entrance. In the heart of Tirana, amid modern buildings and lively squares, stands a structure that carries within it a unique history and a heavy legacy. Covered with climbing plants that give it a peaceful, green appearance from the outside, it presents a sharp contrast from its former function, a center of wiretapping, surveillance, and control. This contrast between the idyllic exterior and the repressive interior use is one of the most striking elements that make this place so special. Today, it is known as the House of Leaves and functions as the National Museum of Surveillance, an institution dedicated to documenting and showing future generations how the communist regime exercised power over its citizens through fear and constant monitoring. Origin and construction. The building was constructed in 1931, at the time when Tirana had just been declared the capital of Albania and was experiencing a period of urban development and modernization. The project was the work of Dr. Yanni Basho, one of the most renowned doctors of the time, who wanted to establish a modern obstetric clinic that met European standards. Initially, the building served medical purposes and was a place of hope and joy where many families welcomed their newborn children. But its history soon took a dramatic turn. During the Nazi occupation, the building was seized by the Gestapo, the German Secret Service, which used it as a base for its operations in Albania. It was during this period that the building first became associated with ideas of surveillance, espionage, and state terror. After the end of World War II and the communist takeover, the building was handed over to the State Security Service. The State Security Service and the role of the building. The state security was one of the most feared institutions of the Albanian communist regime. Created after the Soviet model and inspired by the practices of the KGB, its mission was to detect, prevent, and eliminate any form of opposition to the regime. In reality, it turned into a machinery of repression that spied on citizens, punished dissent, and spread fear in every aspect of life. The building now known as the House of Leaves was the heart of the mechanism. Within its walls took place telephone interceptions, where every suspicious conversation was recorded and transcribed. Postal controls, where letters were opened, read, and often altered. Secret investigations, where voluminous files were compiled about citizens, often based on fabricated accusations. Psychological analysis and pressure, aiming to break individuals and force them into submission to the regime. For many citizens, the mere mention of their name within these walls was enough to mark an end of their personal freedom, and often of their peaceful lives. Why is it called the House of Leaves? The building facade is covered by a thick layer of climbing plants that form a green curtain during the warmer months. This aesthetic detail gave the building its poetic name, the House of Leaves. However, this gentle name hides an ironic contrast with the reality that occurred inside, where nature brought freshness and life. Inside unfolded some of the darkest scenes of surveillance and repression. Transformation into a museum. After the fall of communism in the 1990s, the building remained closed and forgotten for many years. It wasn't until 2017 that it was restored and opened as a museum, thanks to a project aimed at preserving collective memory and educating younger generations. Since its opening, the museum has gained a reputation as one of Tirana's most important cultural centers and a must-see destination for anyone wishing to understand Albania's 20th century history. What you can see inside. The museum is organized thematically and includes several exhibition rooms. Surveillance equipment, telephones, hidden microphones, recording devices, and other technologies used by the state security. Secret files, original documents showing how information was compiled and how people were tracked step by step. Photos and testimonies, images from the period, survival stories, and personal accounts of those who faced repression. Interactive museum installations that help people better understand the mechanisms of surveillance. Location and visiting hours. The museum is located in the central of Tirana, near the Orthodox Cathedral and the Bank of Albania, making it very easy to visit. Spring through summer, May 1st through October 15th. Open daily, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Autumn through winter, October 16th till April 30th. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and closed on Mondays. Why is it worth visiting? A visit to the House of Leaves is a powerful emotional and educational experience. It offers the opportunity to understand the reality of life under communism, see firsthand the tool used for total control, reflect on the importance of freedom and human rights. For foreign tourists, this museum is a unique window into a little-known period of European history. For Albanians, it is a strong reminder not to forget the past and to build a fairer future. International comparisons. Many visitors compare this museum to similar institutions in Eastern Europe, such as the Stasi Museum in Berlin or the House of Terror in Budapest. However, the House of Leaves has a distinct originality. The intertwining of the natural facade with its repressive function creates a powerful metaphor for the contrast between appearance and reality. Conclusion: the House of Leaves is more than a museum. It is a place of memory, reflection, and learning. It speaks of a time when fear and control dominated everyday life. Yet, it also raises important questions for the present. How protected are we today from surveillance, manipulation, and excessive control? This museum is a call to appreciate freedom and never forget the price that was paid for it.